Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is me, Jason, aka Titans Daily, and welcome back to another weekly Pick'ems video, Week 12 edition. Can't believe we're already in Week 12. This is the week before Thanksgiving for that, triple header that we have on Thanksgiving Day and the Black Friday game. But if you guys are enjoying the series, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all of your support. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload new videos like this or Minecraft, Wizard 101, College Football 26, NBA 2K26, and yeah, let's get right into the picks. Last week I went 12-3, with the three losses being the Minnesota Vikings I picked wrong, the LA Chargers I picked wrong, and I believe there was one more. The Panthers. I picked the Falcons in that game against the Panthers, and the Panthers ended up winning in overtime, 30-27. So we have a lot of wins on the season, which brings our total to 105-58-1. The one tie being the Cowboys and the Packers, 40-40. Okay, first game of the week we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Texans just came off a win over the Titans. Unfortunately, I'll get to the Titans in a little bit. But this game, I don't know if CJ Stroud's going to be playing. I don't think he is. I think Davis Mills might be playing for one more game, then Stroud's coming back. Either way, regardless if Stroud was playing or not, I'm going to take the Bills. The Bills had a big win over the Bucks last week. It's like 44-32 or something like that. It was a crazy high scoring game. Wasn't I think it was Scorigami. Scorigami is basically like the unique score of every NFL game, and it's basically tagged into a database. It's really cool. But yeah, I do have the Bills in this game. They got Gabe Davis back. Gabe Davis looked pretty good against the Bucks, and I think they'll do really good against this Texans secondary and their defense. So I got the Bills in this one. I'm gonna say Bills win this game 24 to. I'm gonna say the Texans have a fighting chance, so 24-14. The Texans might keep it close, but who knows? Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears had a game-winning field goal against the Vikings. This game really could go either way. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if he's going to expect to miss a certain amount of time because he does have a wrist injury. It is in his non-throwing arm. It is in his left arm. He got more tests this morning. I didn't really read anything about it, but I think Pittsburgh can take this game away from Chicago. So I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. This might bite me in the ass, though, because I feel like deep down, I think the Bears are going to win. And, I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. In Chicago, yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. I'm going to say 20 to 16. I think Caleb Williams is doing good this year. I think they're first in their division. And same thing with the Steelers. Steelers are also first in their respective division, the AFC North. So this could go either way, but I'm leaning kind of towards Pittsburgh though in this one. Next up, we got the New England Patriots going on the road to the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Flacco. I thought Joe Flacco was going to win a couple of games, on their back half of the schedule till Joe Burrow comes back, but it's just looking not likely anymore. I got the New England Patriots in this one. I'm going to say the Patriots do belt to ass. I'm going to say 35-10. Patriots win. Next up, we got the New York Giants at the Detroit Lions. The Giants put up a fight against the Packers last week, and or Sunday rather, 2 days ago. But I still think that the Giants have a fighting chance, but I don't know. I feel like Detroit at home is pretty good. I'm going to take the Lions in this one. I think Jared Goff gets a bounce back game after that really wild game against the Eagles last night. It was crazy. That PI call, I don't think that was a PI call. That was some bullshit. I'm not going to lie. I think the NFL refs just threw that and said, "Yep, that's PI," but I don't think the ball was catchable even, But I don't know. Say what you will about that call. Regardless, I think that the Lions take this one against the Giants at home. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Very interesting divisional game here. We got the Minnesota Vikings that just came off a very bad loss to the Chicago Bears. I think the Packers can win this game, and it's in Green Bay. I think that's going to be a big factor. I think Jordan Love can step up in this game. I think giving it to Romeo Doubs and, Matthew Golden would be helpful. They just got Christian Watson back a couple weeks ago. I think the Packers take this one at home. I'm going to say Packers win this one. I'm going to say 31-17. It's going to be close for the first couple quarters. Then the Packers slowly start to build their lead and run away with it. Next up, we got the Titans. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Tennessee Titans in Nashville for their third straight home game. I really don't think this is the game for the Titans to play. I think the Titans dropped to 1-10 on the year. They're already 1-9 and in contention for the first overall pick. Give me the Seahawks. I know Sam Darnold had 4 interceptions this past week and a close loss against the Rams. I mean, they had a shot, game-winning field goal for Jason Myers, and he just hooked it a little bit to the right. And, stuff like that happens. And, I think the Cowboys game, just ended. So that's why I was looking down at my phone. I got the Seahawks in this one over the Titans. I know I'm a Titans fan, but gosh, I mean, Cam Ward in that last drive before the Texans game-winning field goal, it really just was a great throw by Cam Ward. Like, he was very under duress, and he threw it to Chigo Okonkwo, and, he threw a good rollout pass to Van Jefferson. I thought that defense was going to step up, and they did for a good minute, and it was 3rd and 14 or something. And then they've got a long 3rd and 14 conversion to Nico Collins, just toe-tapping the sideline. And it's like, shit like that is not going to win you football games for the Titans. And it's like, damn, that effort was so close. But, yeah, Titans ended up losing 19-16. Yeah, it's tough. Anyways, next up we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is the game of the week. Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones, Michael Pittman Jr., man, do I need to say more? This is one of the best games of the week, in my opinion, if not the best game of the week, as I'm looking at this slate further down. I know this might sound crazy, but I really didn't like how the Chiefs played against the Broncos. I mean, they played really good, but near that end, it just didn't look well for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to take the upset here. I'm going to pick the Colts over the Chiefs. And I think the Colts are the clear favorite right now to win the AFC South, unless Jacksonville can somehow miraculously pull off some shit that, will never be seen before. But I think the Colts win this game. It's going to be a 1-score game, regardless whoever wins, either Kansas City or Indianapolis. Kansas City might actually win this game because they're at home. You know what? I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm going to say 28-24. The Chiefs win, and, Colts go down to 8-3, but that's still a really good, strong record in the AFC. Next up, we got the New York Jets at the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar squeaked out a win against the Browns last Sunday. I mean, the Ravens, they're fighting for second place right now in this AFC North, and I think they are second place right now because they won and the Bengals lost. Or the Bengals were on a bye week, I think, last week. Check my notes. No, they weren't on a bye week. I think the Bengals either won or... Yeah, of course, they either won or lost. But they lost. They lost to the Steelers. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one because the Jets... I have no faith in the Jets winning this game. Really, I don't, especially in Baltimore. If the Jets do win this game, I don't know. I really don't think it's going to happen, but I think the Jets just shit the bed. Baltimore Ravens win by 20. I'm going to say 31-14. Yeah, I feel like one of those scores is going to be either a punt return or a pick six thrown by Lamar. Anyways, we got the Cleveland Browns going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders just had a loss against the Cowboys. Oh, man. Man. See, like, this game right here, it's going to be Shador versus Geno Smith. This is a battle for the ages. Honestly, I like the Raiders defense a little bit more than Myles Garrett led defense from the Browns. I'm going to take the Raiders in this one. I know that sounds crazy. I don't think Shador will get his first win against the Raiders. Yeah, I got the Raiders in this one, considering how poor they played this past night. Like, the first half, they looked okay. At times, they had the good throws to Brock Bowers, and then Geno Smith just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Vegas, but, who knows? I think that the Raiders do win this game, though. I think being at home, it plays a big factor in these toilet bowl games. Next up, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Arizona Cardinals. Last week, I picked the Chargers thinking that Justin Herbert could win a game. Justin Herbert did not win, unfortunately. So I'm going to take the Jags in this one. The Cardinals look like crap. They looked like crap yesterday. I mean, they lost to the 49ers 41-22. I mean, it's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to take the Jags in this one. I think they'll easily win this game. I'm going to say 28-10. Jacksonville wins this game. If they can beat the Chargers like they did, they can beat the Cardinals just like they did against the Chargers. So I'm going to take the Jags in this one. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Probably Fox's game of the week, right? America's game of the week or whatever. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. I think A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are just too much to handle for the Dallas's defense, and I really don't think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens can, keep up with the Philadelphia offense, to be honest. And I know Quinnen Williams had a couple sacks tonight, but I still think that the Eagles have one of the best defenses in the league. And, I think the Eagles are just going to push their way to a 14-point game. I think it's going to be 28-14. Eagles win. Next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. This is another kind of toilet bowl game, but I think the Falcons do win this game. It is very interesting. I think the Saints are going with Tyler Shuck as their quarterback now. The Titans and the Saints are in the same boat, really. Really just trying to rebuild teams. I didn't mean to draw that line, but they're both just struggling at the moment. I know the Saints probably have a better record than the Titans at 2-8 or 2-7. Or no, probably like 2-8 or 2-9. Now that I think about it, probably 2-8 because they probably had their bye week. I think they did last week. But I think the Saints lose this one. I'm going to say 21-10. Falcons win this one. Next up, we got Sunday Night Football. This could be game of the week contenders with the Colts and the Chiefs, but I seriously doubt that. But I think the Bucks and the Rams is a pretty decent matchup for Sunday night. It could go either way. Baker could have a masterclass game, or he could turn the ball over a lot, kind of like how he did against the Buffalo Bills Sunday. But, I hate to pick against the Bucks, but I'm going to take the Rams in this one. And I think the Rams are going to just squeak it off, kind of like how they did against the Seahawks last week. I'm going to say Rams win this one 30-24. Just, on the outside edge, I think Matthew Stafford is playing incredible football right now. He's getting his stride. Puka Nacua is playing really well. Devontae Adams is playing really well. Their defense has stepped up tremendously. And yeah, I think the Rams are going to win this game. Yeah, by a field goal or by 6. Next up, we got the Monday Night Football Bowl. The Carolina Panthers take on the San Francisco 49ers. This game could also go either way, but since it's in San Fran, or rather Santa Clara, I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. I think Christian McCaffrey looked really, really good yesterday against the Cardinals. And yes, it is the Cardinals, but I still think that the 49ers have enough offense to propel them over the Panthers in this one. I think the 49ers win this one pretty convincingly. I say 31-20, just enough to, beat them, and then they can just run out the clock whenever they're up 10. So, yeah, I got the 49ers in this one. Hopefully we do pretty good this coming week. I don't know. Anything can happen any given Sunday. Sam Darnold could have another 4-interception game, but I doubt that. I think Sam Darnold's going to have more like two to three touchdowns, one to JSN. I think JSN's going to torch the absolute shit out of our secondary. JSN, one of the best receivers in the league right now, right? He's at almost 1,200 yards, and, he is playing really well, and, I mean, kudos to him. Kudos to Sam Darnold, for turning around his career pretty much, kind of like how Baker Mayfield is. I brought this up last week. Baker Mayfield was going to be out of the NFL, right, in 2020 or 2021, and then he signed with the Panthers, got cut, signed with the Rams, got a game-winning touchdown against the Raiders and on Thursday night, and then the Bucs took him for a year and took a chance, and here they are now. So, anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all of your support. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload new videos like this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.